Hi there and welcome to another video where we empower you in your career. And today I want us to look at the issue of influencing. Now, when it comes to the workplace, there are instances where you require others to do things for you. And sometimes, and especially for those of us who are in leadership or management position, you may require someone to go over and beyond, their job description, even the working hours. So when it comes to influencing, this is something which is always at the back of our mind, when it comes to those of us who are in a position of authority. So in today's video, I want us to look at how can you improve your influencing skills. And from experience, my experience, there are only two approaches when it comes to influencing others at work. The first approach, and this one doesn't work a lot, is where you use what I call positional power. So positional power is where you look at the organization hierarchy and you say, guess what, John, James, Jane, you are supposed to follow me because me, I'm above you. This is my position. I'm your supervisor. I'm your team leader. I'm your manager. And this is where we read people based on fear, based on compliance, based on the corner office that we have, based on the years of experience. And whereas it does have its place and time, I would say this is not something that you should really focus on, especially if you're looking to influence others. When you talk about influencing, you want to appeal to people's hearts and emotions, and not so much about the mind. And there are instances where the mind really will not work, because if the job contract reads that this person is supposed to work up to 5:30, by the time it gets to 6:30, you really can't force that someone to be at that desk, and yet you might be requiring them to do something. So if you have good influencing skills and you're able to buy them, in quotes, their hearts, they're able to see what the value they are adding, then even someone can work up to 6:30 or even 7, because they can see how their work connects with the results that you are looking for. So positional power, it's there, it exists, but it's something I will not encourage you to use all the time. And we see how it works, even at a political level. Think about the late president here in Kenya, Daniel Arap Moi. I mean, he was known to be a strong African man, and we all know what happened to the country during that time. Compare that to even the president that came after, Mr. Mwai Kibaki. He was more of a hands-off, and I understand that that's the best. In terms of the economy, we've really done well as a country. So positional power really doesn't work. It doesn't work, especially if it's the only tool that you use. So if positional power doesn't work, then what works when it comes to influencing at the workplace? What I would say works is where you use social capital. And social capital here, it's about the personal power that you bring on board. Yes, you could be a manager, you could be having this very nice title, you could be in this powerful leadership position. So if you combine that with the social capital, and I'm going to define to you or explain to you what social capital is, then you are really going to really carry a lot of weight, a lot of influence in that organization. So what are the components of social capital? Number one is trust. People need to trust you. For people to follow you, for people to follow whichever direction you want to take them, you must be someone who is trusted, who is trustworthy. So do you keep your word? Do you keep your promises? Are you always bringing suggestions that always favor you and it's not a win-win for everyone? Then that's where the issue of trust comes in. So you must be trustworthy for you to have social capital. The other bit of social capital that you need to have or a component of social capital is expertise. Why? Because especially for us who are in a leadership or managerial position, people can only follow you if you know your staff. And you'll bear me witness, there's nothing bad as being supervised by someone who has no idea of the job, of what needs to be done, of the results. It's really frustrating. I've had instances, especially when I'm coaching professionals, they come and tell me, oh, I've gotten this new manager, they were promoted, or they're from a new organization, and they have no idea, and they don't even want to learn. And yet here they are giving instruction, or here they've started putting roadblocks, when it comes to my work. So as readers, we need to remain up to date. We always need to upgrade our skills so that the people who are looking to us, they can really say, yes, I want to follow this person because they know their stuff. The third component of social capital is what I call reciprocity. So do you give back? Reciprocity might sound like a very big word, but do you give back? That's what it means. So just like in our personal lives, you are more close to someone who's there for you, someone who is able to devote their time, their resources to you. But if I only come to you when I'm in trouble or when I want something, chances of us having a tight relationship, it will not be there. So it's the same to us when it comes to the workplace. So if the staff are always coming to you asking you stuff, and the first thing that comes from your mouth is no, then what do you think will happen now also when now you are in need and you want them to do something over and beyond what is expected of them? They'll definitely also say no. So when you practice reciprocity, someone says, oh, this person, when I was in this trouble, they came through for me. Oh, so now they want me to help them. It goes without saying, and that's how the world operates. When you talk about networking, let me digress a bit. The reason why we have strong networks is because we've been there for people. And this is the example I give in the workplace where there's this, it's an African practice, whenever there's something important happening in our lives, let's say a wedding or there's a burial, there always be a paper going around where people contribute. And you'll bear me witness, there are people who hear, oh, it's so and so, this is what is happening to their life. So people give their best. And there's another one where you find the paper started circulating on Monday, it's Thursday, it's only for people who filled in a company of 100 people, either because they don't know this person or this person is not known also for giving back. So think about it. You also have to give back. You have to reciprocate actions of others if you're going to influence them. My fourth advice to you is you do have to be dependable. And this one I need not expound. Dependable means when you're also called upon, can people count on you? Whether at a social aspect or at a professional aspect. Yeah. So I always see managers joking with some things which really can impact on their relationship. Someone is having a wedding in your department and you don't make time, you don't attend. Yeah, we are human beings, we are in the workplace, we are supposed to be working, we are supposed to be producing results, but don't forget the DNA, the makeup of us at the office. We are first human beings, and then we can be an accountant, a procurement professional, a HR, a communication expert, a videographer. So if someone comes and invites you for a wedding and you are their boss, trust me, you need to drop everything. Even if you had an emergency that day, go and support them, because that's what that's what they would expect of you, and that's a very important day in their life. Yeah. So if you're able to practice these four components that I've discussed with you, you being trustworthy, you being able to demonstrate your expertise, reciprocating to others, and even being dependable, then you start seeing yourself having much more influence in the workplace. And if you look at all these four, they have something in common. They are also part of what we call emotional intelligence. So if you'd want to find out more information about emotional intelligence, there's a link below on our website where we do offer a course on emotional intelligence. And emotional intelligence, it helps you to be self-aware, first about yourself and your emotional makeup, and then having mastered who you are, then you can be able to understand others. And then that way you'll be able to have more influence at the workplace. So I'll leave you with that. And as you can see, when it comes to influencing, it's not so much about what you know. It's what you do and how you make people feel. That's what makes all the difference. So I look forward to seeing you in our next video. If this is the first time you're watching or you've been visiting this channel, please do subscribe so that I can keep on sharing with you these informative videos so that I can empower you in your career. So thank you, subscribe, and I look forward to seeing you in my next video.